Who was the first artist you ever managed, and what did that experience teach you?
They wanted to see if they can take us and move us around. So they told us a whole bunch of crazy stuff, right?
You managed Baytown.
Uh-huh.
What would you say the hardest part about managing him is?
Before that situation happened, we had, cut ties or whatever.
When you first meet an artist, what are the top 3 things you look for?
A lot of people don't understand that it's kind of worthless to actually purchase tracks offline. The industry used to be like real estate, if that makes sense. So, and what he meant by that is,
Yo, it's your boy Zoom, and we back with another episode of The Grind Theory. I got my boy Ben Frank in the building.
what's happening, y'all? What's happening?
At what moment made you realize you wanted to be a music manager?
Well, I mean, it go back to where I was like 19. I was actually part of a singing group called Expression, and I was pretty much a spokesperson for the group. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot of as far as conducting business, as far as doing shows and stuff like that. I was the one that did a lot of talking for that. And I guess people looked at me as the one that probably will be the one to stand out as far as taking care of business and stuff like that. I didn't decide to do it until it might have been 2010. 2010, I decided to manage an artist by the name of BZ Franchise. He was part of the singing group, but he wanted to continue being an artist. He also does production and actually writes and stuff. So he's multi-talented. So I took a shot with managing him first.
Okay.
And I mean, he got him a few different shows. I was in the process, I was learning the business. As far as on the business side, as far as for the industry, man, I was just learning as we was going, and he was okay with that, because like I said, he trusted me more than trusting somebody, and that's the biggest key, being able to trust someone.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that will take advantage of you, so that's the biggest thing.
Okay. When you first meet an artist, what are the top 3 things you look for?
I guess, are you loyal? That's one of the biggest things for me, because there's a lot of artists. Like I said, there's a lot of artists around here, man, that they want to be seen, and the biggest thing, they want to be local famous. And I think I spoke on that about a week or two ago online. I mentioned that on one of my posts. A lot of people don't take the game serious like that, so that's one of the biggest things. I guess the other thing is, are you marketable? Are you willing to learn along the way? You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying all this because music should already be there. Are you coachable? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I think a lot of artists don't realize you can have all the talent in the world. You can go in the studio and record a whole bunch of music. But if you're not marketable, if you're not selling yourself, if you're not branding, you know what I'm saying, your business, yourself, I consider yourself as a brand. So if you're not branding yourself, man, it's what kind of defeats the purpose. Another big thing is you got to make sure you got to understand that this is a business. The industry is a business, you know what I'm saying? And you got to be able to, I don't want to make it sound greedy or nothing, but like that. But at the same time, you got to be able to have a budget for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because marketing costs, you know what I'm saying? Recording, as far as videos, that type of stuff costs, man. So you don't want to just jump out there and just think people owe you something, because they don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It definitely takes money to make money.
Yep.
What systems or processes do you use to keep an artist's career organized?
I'm kind of old school with it, so I used to write down a lot of stuff. Right, I have a bunch of notebooks, man. But at the same time, my daughter and one of my guys, SL Design.
Yeah, I've never met him, but yeah.
Okay, well
I see him.
You know what I'm saying? We talk because we in business together right now too, and he actually put together this spreadsheet for one of our artists, and it makes more sense because now we're keeping up with all the dates that we got going on. Instead of me having to actually write shit down and then put it to the side. You know what I'm saying? Now I ain't got a pile of notebooks no more. Now it's just everything's on the computer, which helps out a lot. So that's one way of as far as organizing, making sure they stay organized and they know what this event is and what's happening with this event, stuff like that.
Okay. What trends are shaping the future of artist management, do you think?
Oh man. So I was just online like about a week ago, man, and there's a guy, I can't think of his name right now, but he was speaking on the fact that a lot of artists don't need management right off the bat. Because they don't have anything to manage.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
And what I mean by that is like, yeah, you may have a bunch of records, but that's it.
Yes.
What am I managing? You know what I'm saying? We don't have a point from the beginning to the end of what we trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Are we putting together an EP? Is there any dates? What's the end goal for this project specifically? You know what I'm saying? If you don't have none of those things put together, what are you talking to a manager for? I mean, those are things that we can dialogue about. You know what I'm saying? If you get a manager and you already have these ideas and stuff that you want to put together, some stuff, you sit down with the manager. Now you got something to talk about. Okay, so let's see what we can put together. This probably can go here. We're gonna go get you some pictures taken here. You know what I'm saying? Just different things like that. But if you don't have one thing, if I come to an artist or any person that I think they out there presenting themselves as if they are artists, and I ask them, you know what I'm saying, how many songs you got? And you tell me you got 5 songs. What were you doing?
You got some work to do. You
know what I'm saying?
Got to catch up.
That and do you have a bio? Now I'm asking if you got a bio because I can use the bio to create your EPK. EPK. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have that, then that step is lost. A lot of people don't know that you gotta have your BMI or ASCAP together. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand that it's kind of worthless to actually purchase tracks offline from YouTube, is what I'm saying. Build a relationship with the producer. If you see a producer online on YouTube, maybe get his email. You know what I'm saying? Dialogue with him. You know what I'm saying? So he can get a better feel of an artist for you. You know what I'm saying? So he can create for you and not just something that he want to throw online and then you purchasing. You know what I'm saying?
Like a certain sound. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of artists don't understand that, man. Like they think it's a quick thing. You know what I'm saying? When they look at free beat.
Hey, I was one of them, bro.
You learn it. You got to learn. You know what I'm saying? It's a process. But you see free beat, but you don't read the fine print that says it's just for promotional only.
Mm-hmm. You can't make no money.
It doesn't. Yeah. So it's like a waste. It's almost a waste, and a lot of producers are doing that because they know that a lot of these artists, a lot of these young artists don't actually read that fine print.
Honestly, I've always wondered. I don't know if you may know this, but say if you use a free beat,
yeah,
and let's say like the song goes viral, so the producer only makes the money off of it since it's only for promotional, right? Like stream wise.
A lot of producers. So what I've seen a lot of producers do on from YouTube or what's the other site?
Like BeatStars,
BeatStars and stuff like that. They ask, they make sure that you put the artist, put the producer's name in the credit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I mean, because you're only using it for YouTube,
Right.
or you're uploading it on Facebook or something. But even then, they want to make sure that they know, people know who the producer is.
Right. I mean, that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? They know that you can't. As soon as they see that is streaming somewhere,
They know.
they're gonna take it down automatically because they got the contract. They already got a portfolio showing that, okay, this artist just took it offline, but they didn't do this contract because they already have a contract already prepared to send to you as soon as, you know what I'm saying, it pops up. Whenever you pay for it, it automatically pops up that, you know, okay, this person purchased it exclusively, or, you know what I'm saying, just for the MP3 or whatever it is. They'll let you know about all that.
That's interesting. How do you protect your artists during business negotiations?
So the biggest thing is paperwork. You know what I'm saying? If we don't have no conversation, so say somebody want to do a feature with one of the artists or whatever. First thing I'm gonna do is ask them what the email is. I want to send out this contract to you, this feature contract, and if you like it or whatever, you know what I'm saying, you can sign it and send it back. You know what I'm saying, whatever, because it already have my artist information on there. If you like it, then we'll go that far, and if you don't, then you know, or you know, it's a lot of people that want to be like, well, man, let me hear what he sound. Let me hear the song first before. No, we ain't doing none of that. No. What we gonna do is allow you to fill out this contract. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you reached out already, so you know what he sound like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe if we need to revamp the clause in the contract, then we can do that. But we can talk about it. But I'm not going to just allow my artist to perform on this record and there's nothing to protect him,
Right.
or her. You know what I'm saying?
sense.
Never.
Okay. What should every artist understand before signing with a manager?
I guess the best thing I can come up with is making sure that they know that you're not in it to take advantage of them. Because I mean, my biggest thing is if you don't win, I don't win.
Right.
So if you're not putting in 110, I can't put in half. I can't even put in that much. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do more than what you're not doing than you doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it doesn't
that
make
makes
sense for me. So, in the clause of the contract, it will state all these things. You know what I'm saying? The expectations from the artist. You know what I'm saying? The biggest thing for me, I would like for a lot of artists to know that when you have a manager, you don't conduct business no more. And there's a lot of artists that still do it. You know what I'm saying? And they don't practice it. They don't practice the art of passing the buck to your manager, because why are you talking to this person? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm here for. Because whatever they befriended you. They're not actually trying to do business with you. They befriended you because they know they can take advantage of that part.
Makes sense.
I mean, it's easy for somebody to. I've seen it too many times.
Hey, and you know what's crazy? So I sent I'm not gonna say too much, but I sent that message over to Bay. And one thing he did say, he did reply, "Send this to Ben."
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
And that's to keep the artists out of the loop of extra bull crap.
Yeah.
To have to think about when he should be focusing strictly on the music.
Yeah,
You know
on
what
the
I'm saying?
craft.
Or content stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be worried about the business stuff. You know what I'm saying? When it's time for you to know about whatever it is, I'm gonna make sure that you know. You know what I'm saying? And that comes with the trust though. Also, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of artists and managers, a lot of people out here, man, that will take advantage of these people, a lot of young people, because they know they vulnerable, don't really know much. And that's kind of scary, you know what I'm saying, coming into this game, because they got to be able to trust somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? if they can't trust the person they come into the game with, they definitely not gonna be able to trust the people that's in injury because them the sharks right there.
Yeah, them are the ones that want you to come in there with nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like you say, they do that business every day. They've been doing it for decades. And for somebody to just, make it to that point, they don't really know what they're walking into.
For sure.
What mindset separates successful artists from everyone else?
I would think something like focusing on you, because there's a lot of people that watch other artists and they wonder why this person as far as he is. I mean, it's not your time yet, because whatever he's doing is definitely not the same thing that we're doing here. So let's focus on what we need to be doing right here. You know what I'm saying? His path might be different than yours. You know what I'm saying? He may be looking for, that person may be looking for that actual major deal, you know what I'm saying, instead of locking in a distribution deal or locking in a publishing deal. You know what I'm saying? There's different angles to get into the game.
Yeah.
Prime example, October London, he was in the game. A lot of people didn't even know that because he was behind the scenes the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Getting his business stuff in order.
Yeah, because doesn't he have he owns his own liquor?
Yeah, but
a couple other things too.
And going into that though, before he even got that far, he got his publishing deal.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? With that publishing deal, because he was already signed to Snoop.
Yeah. I actually found out about October through one of my close friends, D Boogie Brown.
Yeah.
I don't really know too much about October, but I've never met him or anything like that. But I have heard, I think, maybe 2 songs from him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
but I use him because people focus. They focus on everybody else's situation. They don't know what he had going on until he started talking about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I have the insight because I was close to the people that he was with. You know what I'm saying? So they talked about it a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? They didn't give too much insight. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I knew what he was doing. I presented a lot of stuff to the artists that I was dealing with in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? As far as, because some people utilize what do you call it? Let me fix it. So there's you got the manager and you have a person that invests in you. I think people sometimes get that misconstrued. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel like the manager is supposed to be able to pay for this, pay for that. No, you have an investor. You go out there and find you an investor, then that investor believes in you enough to put money into the situation to help you and the manager move forward, whatever y'all need to move forward with. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't understand that. I said all that to say that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of artists don't realize there's people in the background that people don't even know about.
Right.
But they not supposed to. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, it makes sense.
But there's people in the background that take care of the artists financially, so things can run smooth as far as in the forefront.
Yeah, because
that makes sense.
Yeah, because what you were saying earlier, when an artist sees maybe this artist is further than him, well, that dude could have a millionaire behind him pushing it, and versus this guy, maybe he a thousandaire or less than that even.
Yeah.
But nobody knows that because, like you say, yeah, that's crazy to think about it like that though.
I have a lady that's out of she's in the Bay Area. She the reason why, she the one that set me up with the Rock Nation situation to go in and actually meet with them instead of just online shit.
All right.
And she the one to dialogue with. She set up, basically we was on a 3-way, and she put the conversation together for me to talk with Rail, and for us to set up the play for me to be able to, for us to come out there. And sometimes, like I said, it's people that's watching you online, and they see what you got. So by me being the manager of Bay, I was able to articulate that situation with the lady, because she, like I said, she had been watching what I was posting, what we've been posting. You know what I'm saying? I'll tag her in a couple things or whatever, and she was like, I got an idea for y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I think it will work. You know what I'm saying? Going forward, if you utilize it correctly. Then she started giving me insight on what's getting ready to happen with Rock Nation.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew a lot of stuff that was getting ready to start happening before it even started unfolding. And that was because, like I said, somebody that I have been talking to, you know what I'm saying, that's connected to people that's already in the industry, building relationships is necessary. You know what I'm saying? And that took us to where we ended up going into, you know what I'm saying, meeting up with Rail and building a rapport with him. You know what I'm saying? Now I have his contact information. We talk, you know what I'm saying, off and on. You know what I'm saying? If I got questions about anything, he replied back and let me know this is what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? It's just stuff like that. And that's pretty much where we ended up with that situation. You know what I'm saying? But the grand scheme of things, man, you want to build a rapport with people that's already in the industry.
Yeah, because I mean, what are you really aiming for? Like, it's either go big, go home.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
There's no point in.
That's funny that you said it like that, because there's another post that I made because I went on a rant. You know what I'm saying? Like 3 or 4 different posts, and that was one of them. Pretty much. You know what I'm saying? If you just want to be local famous, you know what I'm saying? That's okay. You know what I'm saying? That's you, but that doesn't mean that everyone else is, you know what I'm saying, that's everybody else's plan. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't take it serious, don't put anybody else that's trying to do the thing, trying to make it serious, into your business. You know what I'm saying? Because that kind of holds them back from gravitating further. You know what I mean?
What do you want your legacy in the industry to be? Like, what do you want to be known for?
I guess the big for me is people understanding that I wanted to do this because I love it. And I guess I want to be the one that everybody look at like, man, dude was honest from the beginning. Like he was straightforward with everybody, with everything, man. He showed that he had these different connects. He wasn't sugarcoating. He didn't fake the funk or make it seem as if he was bigger than no other situation. And we actually grew together in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? I watched him grow, you know what I'm saying, with his artists, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. I'd rather have that on my heels than, man, that dude, man, you can't trust him. That word trust is heavy.
It's big.
You know what I'm saying? And I want everybody I done dealt with so far, whether it's been conversation, I also do consulting, so for artists. And so any conversation I've had with any artist, I provide straight up information and receipts for anything that they want to know about what I got going on, if it makes sense for them. Because I don't want you to think that I do things this way and it's totally the opposite. I'm robbing you for your money or doing this and that and other. I honestly don't need your money. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. But I love this game so much. I love this music game so much that I'm willing to sacrifice a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, in order for my name and the other artists' names, you know what I'm saying, to reach where it need to go to. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's deep. Who was the first artist you ever managed, and what did that experience teach you?
To be honest, like I said, BZ Franchise was the first artist that I managed. And that situation, I was like that was really me in the beginning trying to learn. You know what I'm saying? As far as the dialogue with other managers and producers and just people in the industry, period. You know what I'm saying? Tastemakers or whatever. But from his situation, I started managing MLB Fats. He wasn't I didn't know nothing about him. I don't think nobody around in South Bend knew about him like that. You know what I'm saying? He had music online, dope music. I thought it was pretty dope. I don't know where he was recording at the time. I think he was, because he was living in Indianapolis, I believe. So, but the music that he was recording, I'm like, okay, I can mess with this music only because like I said, my kids are the same age as, they 20 at the time they was all around the same age, 22, 21, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So they was around close to his age. Because I got him when he was 17, I think, 16, 17. And I had to, I want to say grooming, but I had to give him some insight on a lot of things that I was already privy to, you know what I'm saying, as far as with the industry and what I needed him to do in order for us to move forward. You know what I'm saying? I need to know what type of music he was recording. So the project that he put out, first with me, I can't even think of the name of it right now. That sucks. But that project alone, this was like 2019, 2020, I believe. It was catered to women, catered to young ladies, man. And you know what I'm saying? Because he had some singing songs, but then he also had some hardcore songs, but they was still popping to the point where I knew the ladies would like it too.
Right.
He had one song on the project though that I pushed as a single, you know what I'm saying, to push him out there. And with that song, it actually opened the door for us to be able to open up for Jacquees, Tink, who else?
I did see that he got a song with Babytron.
Yeah, he did the Babytron, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
And when he come up here, I'm sure he'll be willing to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Because before that situation happened, we had, you know what I'm saying, cut ties or whatever.
Okay.
Mutual though, you know what I'm saying? I won't talk bad about that situation, but yeah, it was a mutual situation between him and I. But like I said, he helped me figure out a lot of stuff that I as far as developing the artist.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So with developing the artist, that's where he came into play. Also had a female artist, Nevaeh, Vea Marie.
Okay.
I may be biased, but I really think she one of the dopest artists in the city. But she's like a nigga in a sense, man. She like a dude. And what I mean by that, her attitude when it comes to certain situations, females, whatever, she raw with it. You know what I'm saying? And she don't mind expressing herself in that sense. You know what I'm saying? But she's a young lady. I mean, you see her, she well put together, you know what I'm saying? Hair, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. And when you hear her rap, it throw people off because she don't rap about sexual shit or like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If that makes sense.
No, yeah.
She got that look, but she don't talk about that shit in it hardcore like a lot of like a Sexy Red or one of them. She got the look, but she don't put herself in that mix like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So she kind of just have her own, her own thing going on.
Yep. And from that situation, man, honestly, that situation right there developed me to be able to, like I said, that was another part of me being able to groom the artist to have a certain look for them, and also they needed a online look. You know what I'm saying? When people, that's why I'm heavy on taking pictures on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? You need to look every other month. If we can do it every month, that's fine. But every other month, we need to do a whole set of pictures, different looks. You know what I'm saying? I try to get them involved with walking down the street. If you and your girls or friends go out to the mall or go to a concert or something, man, you need to be pretty much, you know what I'm saying, on your phone. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
that's content. You got your fans want to see who you are, what type of person you are. You know what I'm saying? Not just the artist. They want to see who you are moving outside of that realm.
Yeah, I think it's more like of that connection from artist to fan thing.
Yeah.
Like, cause like honestly, my opinion, a lot of artists in the industry, they're not even really that good. It's just more of who they really are, like their characteristic, you know, how they are online, you know, how they interact, and
Facts.
I see a lot of that nowadays. It's like the talent's not even there, but they just like them because of who they are, for real.
Man, I don't know if you know who Simba is, He's from the West Coast. I shared one of his posts, and he was talking about how the industry has turned into tech. You know what I'm saying? So everything is online. You know what I'm saying? Your music is being sold online to catapult how many people gonna be able to see you. But that's where the money come in at too. You got to spend money in order for people to see you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To reach the masses, you got to spend money. You can't just throw your stuff on these 200 plus streaming sites and expect them to just blow.
Pop. Yeah.
No, you got to put that
unlikely.
money. You got to put money behind it, right? You know what I'm saying? But he was speaking on the fact that a lot of artists don't realize that you have to really be out there moving like that. You really have to be moving like that only because people won't pick up on you like that, because there's over shit 1 million people that's doing the same thing as you.
Yeah, there's
be honest.
so many.
Because they made it accessible like that. Because beforehand, like he was saying, what he called it, before he said tech, he was talking about how the industry used to be like real estate, if that makes sense. So, and what he meant by that is, so with the music being done in the studio, which is like I said, that's real estate. You doing it in the studio, and then even though you finishing the project, that still has to go through this person and that person in order to get into any of the music stores in the mall that used to be in the malls, the mom and pop stores. All that stuff has to be able to go through all them chains before it get into the store. Like, so Sony may have a distribution department, but before they can actually, they had to send out this memo or this receipt to this specific store, whether it's Target or wherever, and let them know we're going to send you X, Y, amount of CDs, or, you know what I'm saying, tapes. At the time, I'm just saying back then, that's what it was considered as. A lot of tapes, a lot of CDs, albums, you know what I'm saying? To where now everything is just pushed on through the computer, you know what I'm saying? To this person, to that, you know, to this, to distro, to United Masters, to CD Babies. You put them on there, then they gonna push it out to the masses. But they don't tell you that, they don't explain to you that you still have to put money behind that, because they already expecting you to know that.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't though. You know what I'm saying? So that the music game is, and it's growing. It's more and more intense as years go. And if you're not keeping up, man, you're gonna get lost. It's gonna probably stress you the fuck out, to be honest.
So anybody that wants to be a music artist, tune into this, and there's some gems here. But I ask everybody who comes on this show, what is your definition of the grind?
My definition of the grind: you wake up, you already prepared for the next day, and you get out there and get it. You know what I'm saying? When people say, a lot of people mention, I never sleep or whatever. Nigga, at some point you do sleep. But mentally in your head, you got to be thinking, okay, I got to, you know what I'm saying? I know what I got to do tomorrow. A lot of people write stuff down, but then there's a lot of people that also already have stuff running in their head already. They can't wait to get up the next morning and get to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even if you are writing stuff down, man, have that stuff down, what you got to do for tomorrow, man. And when you wake up with your little coffee, your black, your blunt, or whatever the case is, man, and you peel back them pages, man, and be like, okay, I got to do this XYZ today at this time. Boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Or look, go to your computer, to your spreadsheet, and boom, boom, boom. You already know what you got to do for that day.
Right.
That's a grind, because you got it. You know your day from Monday through Sunday. You know what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? And you're not sitting around like, man, what I got to do? What I got to do today? What I got to do?
Man, that's me sometimes, though. I ain't gonna lie.
So, I mean, but those are habits that we got to break. We have to break. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't just for music. You know what I'm saying? But that's in life. You gotta. We would get lost if we don't start. You know what I'm saying? Really putting things down on paper, or like I said, to the spreadsheet or whatever. Because we forget a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so much stuff. It's like we have a whole lot of stuff that we're doing right now that it's easy to forget. Okay, man, damn, I forgot that.
Yeah, that one little fucking thing. Like,
and it could be something real simple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you didn't forget it because you feel like this took more precedence over that
Oh
situation.
yeah, over that last little thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Those, I'm sure that know everybody that knows you manage Baytown.
Uh-huh.
What would you say the hardest part about managing him is? And the good though too. I forgot about the good.
Okay, the hard part, I guess the hardest would be, and it's not just him, it's myself as well, and other partners that's involved with us. Because it's not just him. We actually have a team that's rotating with Bay, and we're really working on trying to stay consistent with a lot of things, man. But we fall short because again, it goes back to that. Like I said, the writing down or putting stuff on the spreadsheet when we need to start doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Managing time. You know what I'm saying? And not taking things to heart when we talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? He knows my heart as far as how I feel about him, as far as what we trying to do, as well as me knowing the type of artist he is. We've been together for what? Been working together for 9 months now, 10 months, 11 months. Was about to be 11 months. So, I've learned a lot about him. You know what I'm saying, as a person, which helps deal with the ups and downs that he may be having at the time. I've always made it to where he's has access to me to talk to me about whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that's with anybody. Like if I can help you, because I'm that type of person. The field that I work, as far as my other job, I work with people. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always there to talk, have a conversation about whatever. So, and then my words might not even be the words that you needed at the time, but they'll resonate later. You know what I'm saying? I guess I mix both, you know what I'm saying, as far as the good thing about working with Bay is he knows what he needs and what he should sound like. You know what I'm saying? And he's a good listener. He's able to articulate certain things at the time that he need to articulate them. And when I ask if he needs to know something, if he don't have a good answer or response from me, he's more understanding of where I am. I understand his age is different from mine, so it's like I try to think, how would I deal with mine? You know what I'm saying? My kids, and not come off harsh in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So with me having to do that, like in the beginning, I think he took a lot of things that I said the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? But Benji was around at the time, our first studio session, and he actually explained to Bay where I was coming from as a manager. You know what I'm saying? And he also was talking to me about, you know what I'm saying, how younger artists are, because he'd be around them all the time. You know what I'm saying? I do too, but trying to balance, because I never dealt with someone like Bay. The closest to that would be MLB Fats. You know what I'm saying? As far as the energy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I guess the biggest thing in that situation, I always try to explain to them, man, like you have to protect your business. And what I mean by that is basically your brand. You're a person. Like, if you can't let nobody get you out of body to where you end up losing everything. Because it's easy, especially around here.
And not only that though, just in the business alone. Like,
well, if you can't handle it here, you definitely not gonna be able to withstand it out there. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's if you can manage your emotions in certain situations in the city that you're in, it'll be easier for you to go into this other situation once you get up here and grind it out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He knows when if at the time it's not time for him to speak about certain situations, he's not gonna speak about it. But eventually he will. Another thing that I enjoy with Bay that I didn't do with the other artists is we have meetings pretty much at least once or twice a month. Try to anyways. But everybody have different schedules, but at least we having the conversation so we can figure out what's the next move is going to be, so we can actually put it into the spreadsheet or whatever the case may be. So that's a big deal to me too. You know what I'm saying? But that was a good question.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, like I've had my eyes on them only because like I see like I really just like I see just social media basically, but then it's like I've had a few artists on my channel and I'm like, man, let's switch it up. Like let's put somebody on that, an artist sees like, okay, maybe I should hit him up. Maybe he could help me. That's kind of why.
And so in the instance with that though, I would like to express too though, like, so right now I'm not looking for new artists just yet, only because I'm, juggling a lot right now when it comes to, I have 2 and 1. I have one that I'm waiting for them to, come from behind the scenes because they got a lot of stuff going on. But right now it's Bay, and I have an artist that's in Atlanta, that I'm working with right now, and but I also utilize my consultant stuff too. I feel like people be afraid to use that because of the word. I don't know if it's because of the word or they don't trust the ideal of using the consultant, because I don't have to be your manager to give you things that you may be able to use going forward. You know what I'm saying? You may not know this, but this is what I'm able to give you or set you up with. You know what I'm saying? And it's priced. I mean, it ain't pricey, but I charge because it's my time that I'm giving you.
But yeah, I mean, it's
You know
your connections too.
And so people don't realize that, man. Like, and I'm learning these things as I go, because growing up as an artist, like I said, I was 19 when I started doing music and stuff, and I ain't gonna tell you how old I am now, but just know then and now is totally different. People took advantage of a lot of people back then because we were young and we didn't know, and very impressionable about a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I've we were actually dealt with a lot of artists in the industry. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, but we didn't know the business side of nothing. All we knew to be an artist. You know what I'm saying? And so when we do shows, whether we was up in Michigan, you know what I'm saying, over in Chicago, you know what I'm saying, down south or whatever, you know what I'm saying, all we knew that when whoever we was traveling with, they was taking care of the business, and that we didn't care about nothing else. Man, we was being like the Bays or the Fats, how they are now. You know what I'm saying? But back then, people took advantage of people. Like I said, they didn't give us the game about certain situations. You know what I'm saying? All they knew is, man, these motherfuckers gonna get us rich.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Dollar signs.
They gonna get us rich, man. We gonna give them a couple. I'm gonna tell a good story, right? So it was a guy out of Detroit, and it was a guy out in Chicago. I guess they was friends or whatever, and they had a company called Joe T or some entertainment. So anyways, they seen us at we had an event down at the Century Center, I believe, and they noticed us, man. They seen that we was dope. We had good harmony. Our dress was decent. Our dress code was decent, and they wanted to see if they can take us and move us around. So they told us a whole bunch of crazy stuff, right? Came with a packet, a contract. This is a contract. The contract was this thick.
How you supposed to read through all that?
Man, what? It wasn't even. It was for us to see that. Like, man, that's a stand. That got to be this must be able to be a real deal. This is how we thinking in our head. Like, this must be a real deal because we ain't never had nobody come to us with a contract.
Right.
Like this, you know what I'm saying? But at the time, our parents was still, even though we didn't have a manager like that at the time, we still had parents that looked out for us. You know what I'm saying? So they seen them papers, man. They like, man, that's a lot of paper. Don't y'all sign nothing until y'all go actually run to a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? I kept that in my head all these years. You know what I'm saying? Like, I realized that, you know what I'm saying, a contract like that or any type of contract, if it's not standard, you need to run it by, and you don't know.
Yeah.
Let's take it to a lawyer or somebody that understands it better, so we can all be on the same page with it, right? They actually, before we even signed anything, they took us to Detroit. Before we got to Detroit, they bought us they bought us outfits, you know what I'm saying, for these shows that we were doing over there. I thought we thinking that this is all a part of, you know what I'm saying, what they supposed to do. We ain't think nothing about it's gonna be a budget or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got us outfits, shoes, you know what I'm saying? This is when Tommy was really busting back then, right? When they first pretty much started dropping, urban wise. They gave us all these different outfits and stuff, man. We, like I said, we went over to Detroit and auditioning with Motown. This is around the same time. Do you know who Michael Bivins is? No. So Michael Bivins is if you ever heard of the group New Edition from back in the day, it was a group called New Edition.
Probably not.
They're older. Anyways, they so he became one of the guys from New Edition became like the A&R or whatever over Motown. And so we went over there thinking that we finna sit down with them. We never have a meeting. We had the audition though. It was like 3 or 4 other people up in there, you know what I'm saying? Solo artists, another group, us, and then like I think 2 rappers or something like that. So we had a representative from Universal. Biv 10 was actually a branch off of Motown. I think it was I don't know if it was Priority or another label there. Now back then we had music, but we wanted people to realize that we was real deal. Like we had vocals for real. So we did a lot of acapella stuff.
Okay.
So us doing that stuff, man, they loved us. They wanted us to, you know what I'm saying, to open up for somebody that we thought like, what the hell, why we opened up for this lady? We were going to the radio station, but they had us open it up for this lady. We not realizing that probably could have put us in the door in a room with some other major record execs, but us being young and not understanding, of course, we were like, man, we finna do that damn show. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not finna do that show because, man, that lady older, man, she damn near retired. Why is she still doing music? You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that she connected. People came to the concert to see her. We ended up not doing the show. We ended up coming back to South Bend. Find out that she did the show. She did the show. All these different record execs was there. We missed out on the opportunity because nobody talking to us, telling us they took us down there, but they didn't give us all the ins and outs of nothing because they didn't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't know nothing. So we came all the way back here. Pissed off. You know what I'm saying? Because we missed the opportunity. But another situation arose right after that. So Beezy, his aunt stayed in Jersey. And her husband was like one of those I gonna say influencers, but you know what I'm saying, tastemakers or whatever. He goes to all them type of parties and stuff. Where the artists and record execs and stuff be at. A producer or it might have been like he was some type of producer or whatever. She gave him our CD. He heard it. He called us like within the next couple of days after he heard it. And so one of our guys was in school too, down in Indy. So it's like he would come home for like if we had shows or something like that. But we kind of felt he wasn't really certain about being a part of the industry. But he kind of messed up the situation only because he had just graduated from college. He wanted to walk with his class. The guy wanted us all to come. He seen four or five of us on the CD cover. He didn't want the three. He wanted all the people that was on that CD cover. And we try to explain to him, man, because we know this opportunity, man. We gotta, because he was gonna fly us from South Bend to New York. He had a condo out there for us already. My guy was coming. He was gonna fly from Indy. We told him, man, we can't. I don't know if we're gonna be able to. You know what I'm saying? We can't probably get him to come, but the core of the group is, you know what I'm saying, us three. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't trying to hear that. He seen the image.
Right. Yeah, he wanted all five.
He wanted the image that he's seen. So it's like, I need them, not the three. Long story short, he told us these opportunities only come once in a lifetime. Always have your ducks in a row, all your things ready to go if you need to go.
Damn. So just because of them other two.
Ruined it.
So
Ruined it. And so a week later, we find out the man had got robbed. You know what I'm saying? Not out of his pockets, but I guess some situation he was involved in. They took over $1 million off of him. So he was legit. It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some old fluky shit that happened. No, it was a legit situation, man. And that kind of put a damper on everybody, you know what I'm saying? For a while. We were just trying to figure out what was the next plan was gonna be, what the next deal gonna be. I said all that to say, man, like, so when it comes to the image of, if you present yourself, like I said, we take pictures and stuff, man, you present yourself as this person, and a record exec sees this person or video, they want that person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing else. You know what I'm saying? So when you present yourself, you want to present yourself in the best light.
A1.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So it's like, and the other part of that is the contracts. If you're not sure about certain situations, man, ask questions. Don't just assume because somebody else's situation was similar, but it might not even be the same. Mm-hmm. So you can't go off of what somebody else is telling you.
Based off of.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because it doesn't make sense. Like, ask questions to the person that you want to ask the question to, or hell, they got Chat GPT?
AI.
They got that now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So utilize it. You know what I'm saying? For some serious, like, not the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So a lot of people don't realize that, man. This game is treacherous. Like, you really got to be on top of your shit. You can't just go in just thinking that I'm gonna be famous this day. I know I'm not dope. I'm cold. You could be cold, but where the business side is what's gonna carry you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
What matters.
I don't know what 2K Baby is.
Yeah, he's DoorDashing now.
But he had a fucked up ass situation though, contract wise and stuff, right?
Yeah. I didn't really hear too much about it.
I pay attention. That's what I do. I like I be on YouTube. I be on Instagram a lot because I pay attention to a lot of shit that be happening, and I get all the dialogue from there. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not talking to somebody on the phone about something, his situation it didn't stop him from grinding, but it put a damper on his situation because he was utilizing his money wrong, and they wasn't telling him that. You know what I'm saying? He burnt himself out. I'm sure he ain't broke, but now he had to come up with a way to
balance it.
To balance and get shit back in order. You know what I'm saying? And luckily, that DoorDash situation, and that's the crazy part about videos and shit now, man.
Yeah, because you get paid off of just fucking social media.
It's just so crazy. Like, people utilize that situation. He got a situation with DoorDash now.
Like, what you mean by that? Like, in a good way or a bad way?
A good way.
Oh, okay. Like sponsor?
Some sponsor type shit. That's stupid. That's like but you wouldn't think about nothing like that if you just, you know what I'm saying? Yes. It's just so crazy, man. Like, it's so many ways to put yourself in a good light, in a good way. if you utilize it correctly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But people don't. Like I said, a lot of times people don't understand what it means to put yourself on your Instagram. Be on your Instagram as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? Not just your story. Put stuff on your actual your page so people can scroll to it and see it and click on it. You know what I'm saying? And watch the video, or you know what I'm saying? Those mean something.
No, yeah, for sure. Content nowadays is damn
It's
near
a
like the
big
biggest
deal.
thing, bro.
It's a big deal. I mean, you can, but that's again, you can be the dopest artist in the world, but if you not sellable, if you can't be sold, I mean, you know what I'm saying, not in the sense of selling your soul, but but as far as selling yourself, you know what I'm saying, to whoever's biting. It could be something to where you can land on somebody's movie, or the soundtrack for somebody's movie.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of things that you can utilize that your content for, man. But people don't see that, man. But that's in this area, and I'm sure it's in other places too. But here we don't get a lot of shine in this area because, I don't know if people are scared to step out the box. I noticed that a lot of people, like I said, it's a lot of people that don't know about the dealing with contracts and the paperwork period, publishing or whatever. But I got something coming up next year that I'm putting in play right now. I think it's gonna be a big deal because we never had nothing like that's around here right now. You know what I'm saying? I've done it with my group back in the day in Chicago and in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, in Michigan, places like that. We've been to these events, but I don't want to speak too much on it just yet. But like I said, I believe it's gonna change the narrative around this area if it works out the way I see it. You know what I'm saying? As far as bringing tastemakers and people this way, you know, actually into the city, not just around the city.
So 2026, or maybe she never know. Ben's got something planned for you. This is episode 14. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'm out.